This letter is to my loved ones, my friends, my family, the newborn babies, the pregnant women. Thank you for coming, showing solidarity and everything. So my fans and the viewers will love to know your field of work, your profession, your names, where you live, and your hobby, and so many other things that you will love to tell the people out there before we can proceed on based on our topic.
Yeah, thank you very much for this invitation. It's an honor to be part of this program. My name is Claudia Köhler. I'm the director of Farofina Institute in Bamberg, Germany, but I'm not originally from here. I'm from the eastern part of Germany. I came here at the time when the country was still divided in two.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were actually considered as refugees coming to the western part. So I made a little bit of a refugee experience myself.
I see. So refugee within the Germany. Oh, so that is interesting. So that means you also have a bit of refugee background because you migrated from the east during the war, during the separation of Germany between the east and the west. So you migrated from the east to the west.
Yeah, we were taken to the same central arrival camp where refugees are still being taken to now. We had to register there.
Unbelievable.
Of course, our pathway was much easier than the one of refugees arriving now, but we had a slight of idea of this feeling.
So, but when I hear you say that it can be compared with the present status of many refugees who migrated from different African countries, Asia, and across the globe. This program that called Refugee Awards of Memories, and this program is a certain kind of program that I invented in able to, to amplify the voice of many refugees, both those who made it across the sea, across the Sahara, and made it out of Libya, and also getting to European soil, which unfortunately we have been marginalized, isolated, and pushed into the asylum system in this guise of prison. So building this forum is also a means of me advocating for those people who their story have died in the sea, who their story died across the Sahara, who their voice was not heard or sound loud across so many borders before we arrived here in Europe. So this war, refugee wars and memories is built to, to raise awareness on the journey, and also to raise awareness about the asylum system, and also to raise the awareness of many who never, arrived here in Germany. And also that is why when I was making research on the people that I would love to invite on this um program, so I find you so interesting because the field of your work is not directly stated on refugee issue, but with your encounter with so many refugees, gave me the urge and gave me the kind of motivation to have you on this program, because for so many people that I've heard and asked of you, if response that I had on how you helped so many illegal migrants, and how you try to get engaged with them, and also tried so many things to see that they have been helped and lived well, which unfortunately they were not able because your power is limited. So, and in this space, that is why I programmed to have this topic, um, it's a conversation through eyes of someone who stand and with refugee listening and carries what they have seen. You, as a person who have lived with refugee, who have seen them, who have advised them, I think you have a lot of thing to share about the refugees. So the topic of this our discussion today is going to place on witnessing from the other side, education, culture, and childhood in Asylum House. So as a person you are the voice of many refugees, those who couldn't be able to speak for themselves and those who were forcefully deported before they could even agitate for their freedom or speak up of what they have already witnessed in the asylum house. So I think with this topic, you can be able to speak what your eyes have witnessed and what you have passed through, even staying with them, witnessing how they were being taken back to their country despite of them being so traumatized and they're so depressed of what they passed through and what they are still going through under the asylum house. And as a German, from your work in the migration field and as a German who has traveled around the world, what have you observed about how refugee youth experience education integration in Germany?
Yeah, thank you for this question. Let me first of all say that I think this program that you have started is a very important initiative to really let refugees speak, to let experience be shared, because too many times we speak about refugees, but we don't hear their own voices, we don't hear their own stories through their narration, but we narrate for them. So this is very important, and I'm sure it will reach widely and it will really contribute to raising the awareness that needs to be raised. So you are asking me about the education and integration of young refugees. So I think when we speak about as healthy and stable, independent individuals later on in life and live a fulfilling life, but at the same time, the less they are able to experience this safety, the more childhood trauma they will carry all throughout their lives. Now, when you think of it, the refugee experience, thinking about the journeys that people take, undermines each one of these safety structures for children and young people. They lose their homes for months, up to years. They have no stable place to live at. Their physical safety is in constant danger during the journeys. And even upon arrival in their transit or destination countries, they find themselves in situations where their parents are unable to protect them, and some of them may even lose their parents and other loved ones along the way. There's no space to pay attention to their emotional needs, and their social networks, if they have any, are mostly affected by the same traumatizing situations as they are themselves. So there cannot be any positive interactions which they would need. And at the same time, even state structures are not designed in a way that prioritize safety of children, but place more priority on regularizing migration through deportations and similar pushbacks and other dehumanizing methods. Then when you look at these young people later on in life, some of them are seriously suffering from the impacts of these conditions through behavioral and learning difficulties, for example, or even more severely through depression and other mental conditions. Most of them you will find eventually find some coping mechanisms. They might appear as having overcome, as achievers, as resilient, but in reality, everything they do is informed by the constant drive for survival, physical, emotional, social survival, because surviving is what they were conditioned to in their earlier years of life. But for them to live a fulfilling life, it would be necessary to be out of this survival mode, but they are carrying the trauma with them, often unknowingly, and this is limiting their possibilities in life, and it's also carried on to future generations. Science shows us that traumas from war and also refugee experience is carried on throughout several generations.
So what you are saying is like the trauma and this type of brutal depression and these weaknesses and the encounter that we have during this difficult time, maybe from the journey, from our transit from in Libya, and also being subjected to this dehumanizing asylum center, are you saying that it's going to affect us even in our next generation?
It's imprinted in the DNA. It has been proven that it becomes imprinted in the DNA. So it's even before a child is born, it has the trauma inside of him or her. And then, of course, there are also behavioral patterns that the parent still has inside of them, like dealing with stress, dealing with anger, dealing with situations that are fearful, which somehow transmit this trauma to the child throughout the interaction, but even before that, it's inside of them.
So why? I never heard of this, I must say, and this is really scary to me because mostly the victim, including me, we never take this trauma serious. We all think that, we have arrived, then everything is gone. And also those that only speak are those set of people who are living in difficulties, like being subjected to this form of Dublin regulation in Germany, and those people running a scatter for deportation, and those people are this only set of our people. Maybe I will put it this way, my asylum brothers and sisters, that you can see the reflection of this whole scenario, this journey in them. And despite of this, they don't talk about the trauma. They let the trauma die in them. So now, without us knowing and without them knowing, that means it's going to pass on to our generation to come, including my own baby. If I don't fight my own trauma from this journey, which means my baby is going to inherit it through my own blood.
Yeah, you see what you also have to be aware of in this scenario. When people are in these situations of Dublin, what you mentioned, they are still in this immediate physical threat, danger. So they are in absolute survival mode. It's about
not living,
surviving, not being deported, not being attacked by anything that they are afraid of. Then if they manage to make it through these situations, then the next step comes to maybe get a permission to work, get a permission for education. Then those who are fortunate, they get these permissions, they get a job, or they enter a school or a university. But then the next stage comes, and then normally you would expect that the person now feels relieved and feels happy, but often then the real setback comes in because the trauma is there and it has never been processed, then you will find people falling into depression and they don't know where it's coming from. They think, oh, but now I have all these things that I was hoping for. Why am I still not happy?
It's crazy. It's really just hearing it alone from you, a learned person, a German, a teacher, is traumatizing me. It's like a mirror that is just placed on my front, seeing myself traumatizing, falling into a trauma, depressing, but couldn't find a means to heal myself. But from what you have just said, I think you have a massive knowledge of so many things happening around my brothers and my sisters, because with what you are saying, I think it's also happening to me. Like, first of all, when you came to Germany, like we say, our prayer point always, we have a dynamic kind of prayer point. We always pray to get paperwork. But when you start working, that is the worst time that you never get happy. You never been in a happy mood at all. But when you are into the asylum system, you see yourself, you are happy, you smile, you are in yourself. But after the asylum, then you now start living on your own, which is always the first prayer point for every refugee. Now you have the documents to travel, you have the means to work, you have the means to integrate. Then that is always the most difficult time of the life. We don't feel happy. We always reflect of something that have happened long time ago. And this remind me, since you have this letter